Now, I'm not supposed to pick favorites, but if I had to pick a favorite event, this one would be it by far. Welcome to episode 3 of the 2026 Marbolian League. This is Funnel Endurance. Every year, we change what funnels we use in this, and how many of them we use. So this year, we only have 5 of those clear funnels, and then 3 of our featured track Galt Marble Racer funnels. It's going to be a very interesting event. We will have 2 groups of 8 go down at a time, and the 4 that manage to stay in the funnels the longest will move on to the final round, where we'll have the 4 winners from each round compete. With all that being said, I see no more to say, so let's get right into our first match. In our first group, we have the Snow Wolves, yesterday's second place finisher, the Caramel Swirlers, the River Rapids, the Caffeine Cruisers, yesterday's first place winner, the Titans, the Pumas, Team Labyrinth, and the Tidal Waves. And they will all be starting off in 3, 2, 1. Down they go into that first funnel there. Hard to tell who has the lead right now. It's not Snow Wolves, though, as they are the first to fall through. It appears that it's actually Tidal Wave who has the lead. Caffeine Cruisers following ahead into that blue funnel. Him and Labyrinth are at the bottom of the standings. Meanwhile, Tidal Wave still at the top, only growing his lead. Everyone in that blue funnel, but the Titans actually push ahead. Not what they would want to see. Tidal Wave doing an incredibly good job of staying ahead, just really holding his ground up there. Looking more towards the bottom of the standings. Caramel Swirlers and Titan both seem to be struggling. Meanwhile, at the top, we have River Rapids and Tidal Wave. 2 water-themed teams doing quite well of going with the flow. Caramel Swirlers really needs to step up his game if he wants to recover in this last 2 funnels. We're finally in that last funnel. Will he be able to save himself? Caffeine Cruisers is next, but no, Caramel Swirlers won't be able to make it, and he is eliminated. Titans coming out of nowhere and pushing ahead of the Caffeine Cruisers. So does Pumas. And both of those teams will be eliminated. So will Caffeine Cruisers, meaning that Labyrinth will be our first team to qualify. So will the Snow Wolves. And so will the River Rapids. And then Tidal Wave, our returning champions, really showing it by just doing a splendid job of holding his ground for that whole run, meaning he will be qualifying. Here is our next heat, where we have the Phoenixes, the Electric Eels, Snowball Effect, the Lyman Dashers, the Seahorses, Skyfire, Crystal Clear, and the Martians. And they will be starting off in 3, 2, 1. Down they go into that first yellow funnel. Martians getting pushed down, followed by Snowball Effect and the Phoenixes, all of them not doing great. Crystal Clear, who's currently leading the standings not far behind. Seahorses is doing incredibly well, but immediately falls right into the chaos and loses his huge lead. Martians, who are at the bottom, are now doing quite well, but Snowball Effect is currently in the lead. Snowball Effect also doing incredibly. Martians now back at the bottom. Cannot seem to stay in one specific spot. Lyman Dashers, though, are also in a close second. In Seahorses, there's Skyfire. Meanwhile, Snowball Effect doing very well of holding at the top with the Electric Eels. Now it's Lyman Dasher that's at the bottom of the standings. followed shortly by the Seahorses, and then Crystal Clear. The standings really must have gotten shaken up, but here's Snowball Effect, still doing very well at the top. Everyone's in those last three funnels. Will Lyman Dasher be able to make a recovery? No, he won't. He's the first eliminated, followed by Seahorses. Then Crystal Clear. Then who will make it? Skyfire or Martian? Martian with the swift moves managed to stay in the funnel, and he will be qualifying. Skyfire is eliminated. Martian will be qualifying along with Team Phoenix, the Electric Eels, and Snowball. Just doing victory laps in that last funnel. Truly must have trained for this event. Anyway, here are our scores for all of our eliminated marbles. As you can see, some certainly did much better than others, and some of them definitely did not get as high of scores as they really needed to get with their current standings. But with all that being said, let's get to our final round. We have all of our marbles who qualified in the first two rounds, starting off in 3, 2, 1. No clear leader right now. Except everyone is kind of clashing, and a ton of marbles just went down. I can't even tell who's in the lead. There's so much happening, but it's actually Tidal Wave and Snowball Effect, the two top runners of their rounds. Both are the first to fall. The Snow Wolves, on the other hand, are at the top of the run. Labyrinth is at the bottom, followed by Tidal Wave and River Rapids, and while I wasn't even looking, the Snow Wolves fell behind again. What is happening? The Martians, Snowball Effect, and the Phoenixes are at the top. The Team Labyrinth, the Electric Eels, and Tidal Wave appear to not be doing so well at the bottom. Our 4 blue marbles, who will podium, and it appears that as of right now, the Phoenixes, the Snowball Effect, and the Martians are doing the best of their rounds. There's Tidal Wave falling down the standings. There's Snowball Effect, Martian, and now the Snow Wolves are doing much better. And while I wasn't even looking, Labyrinth fell through, and he will not be getting the score he wants, followed by Electric Eels, also not doing great. There's Tidal Wave, River Rapids up next. Then the Snowball Effect, who was originally doing so well. And we have our 3 podiuming marbles right now, I believe. There's Martian, who will be getting the 3rd place spot. The Snow Wolves, who will be getting, for their 2nd day in a row, a 2nd place spot. Absolutely incredible show from them. And then today's winner are the Phoenixes. What an incredible event. Anyway, here we have our final standings after today's events. You can see Phoenix did quite well as Snow Wolves, who got their 2nd silver medal in a row. Extremely good for them. In Martians getting their 1st medal too. Caramel Swirlers at the bottom, followed by Titans, who I also know is not doing too well in the standings. Otherwise, let's congratulate our 3 medalists. We have the Martians, Phoenix, and the Snow Wolves. Anyway, here are our updated scores for the competition. Snow Wolves, getting their 2nd medal, are now at the top of the standings. Meanwhile, Lyman Dashers, a returning team, at the bottom with only 7 in the single digits. That is very not good. But anyway, I am your host, Dogbot300, and thank you so much for watching.